Ghost, we make him fly like a ghost. If he want talking again, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we spliffed on, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this haunting her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck it, Bob, if you ain't vibing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Clock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. Headshot, knock him out. Get him, bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt. 2 G's for the belt. Know the heater gon' make him out. Promise the heater gon' make him out. OD niggas know me. I just move along with the hand I throw.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Hold on one second. Sorry, my last baby woke up and I had to wish him a happy Valentine's. It is a tradition. Well, let me say hi, and then I'll tell you guys. My Sophie, Mama Goose. How you doing, sweetie pie? Shyla, I know. Shh, I'm late. Shh. I rescheduled it for like 3:30. I don't freaking know. Sorry, I'm late, guys. Stevie Lee, Triple Thread. Hey, sweetie. My Audie, how are ya? Mask Guy Johnny, my favorite dude ever. How are you? Teresa, how you doing? How you doing? Susie, hello, beautiful. Silas, don't be snitching on me, girl. Don't be snitching on me. So, hi, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Valentine's. According to Lori, it is not Valentine's, it is Valentine. So happy Valentine's Day, guys. So, okay, put my glasses on because a chick is blind. But hi everybody. So all my sons are at work, and I celebrated Valentine's Day on Wednesday. She ain't gonna talk about that. Juror number 6. Hey, yes, happy Valentine's. Yeah. It's good times here. But it is a tradition with my sons. My sons are all grown. My eldest is 30. My youngest is 20. Shut your asses up. Yes, I'm old. But I buy them a heart every year. When they were little, I used to buy them the little heart and it had like different sports on it. And I have 5 sons, so I had to find a different sport. But I just bought them hearts and a card just every year. It's just a habit. Hey, hi, Mandy. How are you? Chronic space. Sorry. I get excited. Hi, Chronic Space. Hi, my Steven. My Bliss Chris. Happy belated birthday to my Bliss Chris. Gonna keep saying happy birthday until I can't say happy birthday anymore. So, hi, everybody. So good to see you guys. So, it is a tradition. I get them a little heart. It's not about the money, it's about the sentiment. So, I get them a little heart in a card, and I write in the little card. And my daughter-in-law, I love my daughter-in-law. She's amazing. So, I got her a little heart and a little card too, because she's my family. Hopefully, she's gonna be the first one to give me grandkids. She's gonna smack me if she hear me saying that. But yeah, so fingers crossed one day, be a grandma. So anyway, hi everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Ghost of Shadows, how you doing? So I know it's Valentine's Day. It's a day for love. Every day should be a day for love, okay? But Valentine's is not only for spouses or significant others. It is for family, children, all that. Show the love, show the love. So I understand. Hi, Mrs. Robinson. I understand if people are not here. I get it. Hi. Thank you, Ghost of Shadows. Happy Valentine's. Well, Lori Jones says Valentine's, so it's now Valentine's. Okay, so we got to get with it. Remember, she has a teleportation device, all the things. So I wanted to talk about Lisa Richard and her neighbor, her parents' neighbor, Nicole. But first, I wanted to give an update. Your favorite villain did a short. She's so funny. And she showed an eviction notice that Lori Jones was submitted on the 13th of February, which was yesterday. Lori Jones came on, I think yesterday, and because my days mixed together, she comes live so much. She went live and she said, "Villain's a liar. She's not getting evicted. You'll see me here today, tomorrow." And then this morning, um, she, she changed that tune real quick. She's now saying that she needs that eviction. She needed that eviction to get her kids back or something. Like, again, she has a teleportation device. So take what she says with a grain of salt. Hey, my Sophie, my Sophie. So yeah, so now it's changed. She needed that eviction to because the judge, I guess, again, she speaks in riddles. She speaks in code, so you have to like decipher her code. So I am becoming an expert at deciphering Lori Jones code. Oh my God, call an ambulance. But I guess the judge that was overseeing her neglect case said that the apartment was too small, that the girls had no privacy because a bedroom has no door. Um, and I think the apartment being too small, what I think he meant is that the girls don't have their own rooms. Yes, they are girls, but they are both teenagers. And if anybody has kids, even same sex, I had all boys. And when my boys were teenagers, I had to give up my bedroom because my sons would fight. They would be playing listen, it was so bad. We had two TVs in their room so that they could be playing each other at the same time and they would be yelling at each other. It was just crazy. I was like, I took one out, put them in the other room. So even same sex, they need their privacy. Chronic space. Oh my God, girl. A member for 28 months. Holy crap. Yes, and I love you, my chronic. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Lord of mercy, over 2 years, you've been stuck with me, girl. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I get it. Kids need their privacy. They need doors. And then she said that she tried to take a door, I guess, from a closet, and it was like there was a little gap in it, yada, yada, yada. Girl, 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 girl. Use a cortina. Use a curtain. Like, I don't know. Anyway, okay. So anyway, she is getting evicted. I don't celebrate people getting evicted. So, right? Bush lurkers, don't run with that. Okay, I'm not celebrating somebody getting evicted. I'm just stating the facts, giving an update. Yeah, okay. She hasn't paid rent since she moved in. A lot of us knew she wasn't because she's an entitled person. And entitled people don't pay their bills. They expect everything to be handed to them, all the regular schmegular things. Sophie's been covering her. Sophie is doing an amazing job. Sophie, please drop your link. I think everybody here is subscribed to my Sophie, but just in case. She shows old Lori Jones. She's showing new Lori Jones. Like I was okay. So this morning, Lori Jones, listen, I'm segueing. Okay. Lori Jones was doing her makeup for Valentine's. I was kind of happy. She took a little bit of my tips. She was using eye brushes for her eyeshadow, and she wasn't like swiping it on. She was placing, the shadows. I was like, okay, I had some hope. I didn't see her highlighting, the top of her brow in a Y. I was like, okay, she took a few of my tips. She did put the contour and the bronzer under here. So I right? I won a little bit, but she was still, Lord of mercy, them brows. But again, my brows are a work in progress, Lori. So I get it, girl. I get it. Okay, less is more, girl. Less is more. So I was watching it and I was like, okay, she took some of my tips, but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying to get Lori to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, right. When you have no choice, you share a room. But whatever. Hey, feel the love, my girl. But I think that's what she meant when the judge said that it was too small. I think they meant that she needs her own room. You know what I mean? They need their own room. They're teenagers, even though they're both girls. Ideally, you want them to have their own space. And doors, like, but it is what it is. So yes, she's already, yes. So your favorite villain, let me show you guys real quick. And then I want to show you a little bit of Nicole. Because I have some opinions. I linked wildflower. I don't know why I can never say it. Wildflower tea. And Tracy Noel, because they both did on TikTok. I think Tracy Noel's was on TikTok too. I know that Wildflower Tea did a live on TikTok, and she posted her highlights and then brought them to YouTube. And I agreed with almost everything she said. And she felt like they were unpopular opinions, but I agreed with everything she said. Um, and Tracy Noel also was speaking about the whole thing with Lisa Richards and Nicole, her parents' neighbor. And I agreed. So I linked them. I will link any content creators I speak about after this live. I will also link them. I'm going to be gifting 5 memberships too, because, want to do that. But let me play the short. I think it was a short from your favorite villain. Yes. Okay. Let me share my screen. You already know. Don't expect perfection over here, because that is not a thing. Okay. All right. As long as you guys know that, you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Okay. Shoot, I gotta look at my phone to make sure it's sharing. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Lord of mercy. And I'm sorry. I know Siwa was live. I had pushed my live back, and I was gonna push it back further because she was my friend, and I am a mod on her channel. Okay, it's sharing. Okay, here we go. I think this is the one. Just let me know if you can hear it. Just somebody give me a... This is it. Sorry, you hear my son. This is it. It says race, real estate. Sorry, I'm all in your faces. Even with glasses, my eyes don't work too well. It says it right here. Okay, so it says, oh my god, I'm sorry. Evictions, small claims docket, February 13th, 2025. It is pending, as you can see. Okay, and it says her name here, not doxing, public record. Sorry, I was saying goodbye to my baby boy. Yes, public record. Okay, so this is proof that she is facing eviction. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. So Black Star move. Right? Yikes. And again, no one's celebrating anyone being evicted. It is a fact, and it is that she has not learned. We are getting ready for my new refrigerator to come Tuesday. We have to get the old one out while hubby is home this weekend. I will be going live when I can. Okay, my Sophie. And I did, me and Sophie will be live. We want to talk about Icky Vicky, and we want to react to Villains Exposed series. We want to react to, I think Sophie said her latest video. So we want to venture into that together. Sophie hasn't really spoken about Victoria. I haven't either. We've been watching it from, the whole thing. So that's something we want to do together. So I'm excited about that. 5 or 6. Okay, cool. 5 or 6, right? 5, 6, we're going to try to mix it all together there. But we do have some opinions there as well. So we're looking forward to that. Okay, so yeah, so that's just again, nobody's happy about it. And then she comes on and immediately calls Villain a liar, like bad move there. And then today, of course, had to do damage control or try to say she knew about the eviction, when yesterday it was obvious she wasn't aware of it and said it's a lie and all this stuff. And today she said she knew about it and that she needed this. I don't know anybody that needs an eviction to get resources, especially if children's services are involved. You don't need an eviction to get a bigger place or any of these things. So it makes no sense. And again, she has a teleportation device, guys. Need I say more? No, right? Okay. So my oldest was quite 4 when I had my 4th. Back in the day, I can't see. FHA loans helped. My dad co-signed because me and my husband were still teenagers, right? You were very, very young and things were different then, right? My father got paid my down payment for my first apartment as well, because I was 18, I was pregnant, because they didn't want to listen, wanted to be a badass, right? And my dad paid for my first apartment, and I'm very, very grateful. He didn't owe me anything, right? Took good care of me, and helped me get my first apartment, but it wasn't his responsibility to then cover every month. You know what I mean? And I'm not perfect. I don't sit here as a perfect person. I was an addict, and my sons deserved better than that. They did. When it clicked, finally, I did it for my sons. I did. It wasn't for me. I didn't love myself. All my trauma, I hadn't dealt with it. So when I initially got clean, I did it for my kids. And then when I started recovery, it was for me. It was for me. That was the only way that I was going to have long-term sobriety, is learning to love myself, learning to cope, learning to deal with things, dealing with my trauma. And I think she has a long way to go. A long way to go. Lori doesn't accept any responsibility. And in recovery or sobriety, because recovery is very different. I say that all the time. And some people might take that the wrong way, but I said what I said. Sobriety and recovery are not the same thing either. Okay. Sobriety is better than abstinence. Abstinence is just not using a substance, right? Sobriety is realizing, oh crap, I have a problem. I need to start working on it. Recovery is when you put in the work. For me, I'm going to share this real quick. Hi, Paula. How are you? How are you? So good to see you. For me, recovery means to get something back that you had lost, right? For me, recovery wasn't about getting back what I had lost. It was about learning to be a good person. So I wasn't recovering being a good person, because I wasn't a good person. I was a damaged child that was dealt with trauma, went into foster care, and thank God for my dad and my stepmom who saved us. And I was so damaged. They put us in therapy when I was 15, and I was already rebellious, and so I was taught all negative values by my mother. Again, I'm not disrespecting my mother, may she rest in peace. You can only give what you have. And these were things that my mother was used to: manipulating, lying, stealing, all those things. So we were taught all the wrong values, right? To manipulate, to be secretive, to be all of the things. So I grew up with that mentality. And when I was then taken in by my parents, that they had proper values, being honest, working hard, all these things, it was so foreign to me that I rebelled against it. And so not dealing with the trauma, not being open to talking to a therapist and all of this, I didn't deal with my trauma, and it crept up on me. And then in my early 20s, my mom came out of prison and came back into my life. And all these feelings that I didn't know what they were, because I hadn't processed it in therapy, hit me like a ton of bricks. And I started self-medicating. And it wasn't until I got in recovery that I realized, oh my God, I was a bad person, because these were the things I was taught. These were the behaviors I was taught. So I had to learn to be honest. When I started making groups, I told on myself. I would go in and say, yeah, I did this and I did that. And the facilitator was looking at me, and after the groups, he would say, hey, you know that being honest doesn't mean you have to tell us everything, girl. I was like, he was like, do you feel better? I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And that was how I cleansed myself. I went into group and I told all my dirty secrets. And it was so therapeutic for me, because then I felt like I had a fresh start, and I started working on those behaviors. When I had an instinct to tell a lie, I would stop myself. I swear, I would be in group or talking to a friend, and I would start a lie, and I was like, I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. This is what really happened. And they would look at me and start cracking up like, girl, I'm like, I got to break the chain. I got to break these habits. And that's what I did. And I'm honest. I don't feel that everything needs to be said on the internet. I don't need to tell everybody all of my life on the internet. The internet is not my therapy. The internet is not a safe place. I don't talk about my children. I talk about them very surface level. And I will always keep it that way, because my sons deserve privacy. You know what I mean? So anyway, went all around the world to say that. Hey, Tara K, how are you, sweetie? Sorry, let me pay attention to my yes. Shit. Okay, sorry. Me and a friend decided to join a hippie commune at 14, started hitchhiking, go as far as Kansas when a pastor called my dad. I know he did. Hey, your daughter. And you know what? It's dangerous hitchhiking, right? We don't realize when we're kids, we think we're invincible. We don't think about our morality, our mortality, sorry, not morality, our mortality, right? Now that I'm in my late 40s, I'm like, I'm gonna die. All of that starts hitting you when you're young like that. You don't think about that. You don't think about when you get older or none of that. It's not a thought in your head. So you're very careless. And that's why it's important to have guidance. Guidance is very important. That's why people like Lori don't understand. Your daughters need guidance. They don't need a best friend. They have peers for that, right? Peers that talk them into doing bad things. Parents are supposed to be there to be like, hey, don't do that. You know what I mean? And Lori doesn't have that capability. Again, you can only give what you have to give, you know? So I don't know. But anyway, Sophie will go more into Lori because, I just wanted to give that update because I did see it on your favorite villains channel and I had to come and tell you guys that. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit. Oh, let me gift the 5 memberships first. Might as well do that first before I start talking about Nicole and Lisa Richard. And I know, listen, guys, I know people don't like Lisa Richard. Okay, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Right? She does a lot of, she does a lot of horrible things. Okay, but I try to remember that she is an active addiction. Active addiction is not an excuse for horrible behavior. It isn't, but it is a reason why she doesn't care. The harm that she puts her family through, the harm that she's putting herself through. There's no excuse. You're still responsible for your behaviors, your actions. But when you're in active addiction like that, you don't care. You know what I mean? There's no talking sense into her. There's no reasoning with someone like that, unfortunately. And I just feel like beating a dead horse, like coming here and talking about Lisa Richard every day, is triggering to people. And I've already made my point with that. I've talked about Miss Ashy Cat years ago. I brought light to how dangerous it was, that she was in denial about being an addiction and how enabling her was dangerous. I talked about Maddie and Gerald Owens, but I'm not going to show them or harp on it every day. That's just not what I do here. Now, the replay channels are important. They are important for documentation and for people that want to see it. You know what I mean? And that's where I get all my information and I get to watch it on replay channels. I refuse to give them a view. I refuse. So those channels are important, but I just feel like my channel isn't a replay channel. So if I came and I harped on it, I just felt like, I don't know, that's just not my place. Anyway. Hi, Tilly. How are? Oh, thank you for being here. Welcome, Tilly Devon. Welcome. Hold on. Sorry, my daughter-in-law was leaving. I had to say goodbye. Got to say goodbye to my babies. Okay, so let me gift the 5 membership. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing anyone can do online except document. Again, Tech and Villain and all of them. Lisa knows who to contact when she's ready. I have a lot of opinions about that channel, Mel, and that had Crystal on and all of that. I'm going to touch on that on another day. Raquel, she has done amazing videos. I will link her on her whole point of view on the whole situation. And I agree with her 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. So many people have these savior complexes. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you think that you're gonna I can't. Anyway, if you're doing it genuinely, you don't come online and talk about it. You don't, all of this show. I'm at the airport. I'm gonna do the impossible. Like, girl, what? Like, I can't. I can't take it. I can't take it. Anyway, let me give this 5 memberships and shut the hell up. And shut the hell up because I talk too much. All right. Here we go. Who are the winners? Who are the winners? Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Yeah, that was a shit show. Mama Goose, Paula, Carrie, Kelly, and 2 of a kind. Awesome. Congratulations to all the winners. To all the winners. Sorry. Okay, all right, I'm done. Hey, my Nikki, my girl. How are you, mama? All right, so I did that. Um, sorry. Okay. So there, people. I don't know. I can't assume that everybody knows who Nicole is, right? So Nicole is a neighbor of Lisa Richards' parents. When Lisa moved in with her parents, then she's a neighbor of Lisa Richard. Um, so she is someone who came to the internet, or no, came to TikTok because Lisa was on a live and she called Lisa out. Lisa was lying, saying she was homeless. She had nowhere to go after she was evicted. And she said, "Stop lying. You're standing right in front of your parents' house." So, and everybody was like, "Yeah, good job. We knew she was lying," and yada, yada, yada. Um, and at that point, I was like, call her ass out, right? But then I started watching and I was like, you know how you get that little gut feeling? Okay, girl, a little intrusive. I started getting that feeling and I kept it to myself because I don't have to live next to Lisa Richard, right? So I can't say how she should feel or any of this stuff. Hey, Mikey, how are you? Um, so I tried to keep my opinions to myself because again, I'm not her. I don't have to, my children don't have to live near this or deal with her yelling or being loud and all the things. And then when the Ronnie situation happened, again, I'm not saying that Ronnie shouldn't have been called out for denying ever asking or taking money from people, and then it came out that she did get help. I don't think, I said this before, and this is just my opinion, I don't think Ronnie's a scammer. I think what she did was dishonest. And she could have just been honest, right? I get that. I don't think that there was any reason for Nicole to reach out to her daughter's father and involve him and their domestic issues when there was a child involved. I don't understand how that had anything to do with the whole asking for money and all. Da, 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 da. I don't think there was any excuse for that. Again, that's just my opinion. Okay. Um, it's wrong. You don't know the whole situation either way, right? You don't know the whole situation either way. And things like that are dangerous. If people are, they said she was lying and said she wasn't living with him anymore, and she still was. So if she was still living with him, you may have caused more danger to whoever the aggressor is. Either way, how don't you understand that? If you're calling her out because she's saying she moved away from him and she didn't, aren't you just adding another layer of danger there for the child? I don't get it, but I'll never understand that. But again, that's just me, right? That's just me. You're a wiener. Yes, 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 yes. You were gifted a membership to Sophie's channel. I think you did. Yes, yes, I think you did. That's awesome. I'm so glad. And thank you. I appreciate having you guys here. It's tough over there. There are a lot of Lisas around that area. They are loud all day and night. And that's what I understand, Mask Guy Johnny. I'm from New York, right? I'm from New York and I understand because my children's father is in active addiction. Okay. I left 3 years ago because of his addiction, because it just became too much. So he was loud like that. Everybody would hear him before they would see him. He would always be singing and happy. He wasn't cursing and screaming, but he was singing. He would always sing. They call him the cantante in my neighborhood. El cantante, you know, he would always be singing. You could always hear him before you see him. But it was loud. It was loud. He was loud, obnoxious. And I used to always tell him, stop, you know, roll your mouth, all of that. So I understand from that point of view because we were the loud neighbors, not we, but by proxy, right? He was loud. I was the opposite. I always kept to myself, you know, went to work, came back. I wasn't in and out. So I understand because I'm from New York where we're loud, all of that. And I lived with an active addict. You know, I was an addict. I've been clean 23 years and I lived with an active addict for 8 years before I left. He had relapsed 8 years before I left. Tried to keep it as secret as I could because it's father of my children. You know what I mean? And until it became too much, and I removed myself. So when I speak about these things, I'm not speaking about it from a place of a know-it-all or that I know what's best. I'm speaking from experience, you know, from someone who lived it on a daily basis. And I understand that it's loud, it's obnoxious, it's all of that. But what I saw the other day was two women that, had I had my eyes closed, I wouldn't have known which one was the addict just by listening to them. And I mean no disrespect by that. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? Close your eyes and just hear them, and they sound the same. They're yelling and cursing and screaming and all of that. So what's the difference? If Lisa Richard is an active addict, I don't call people crackheads. That's just me. Okay. But if she's an active addiction and you're not, never been an addict, why would you behave the same way she was? And again, I get it. You get frustrated, you get to your breaking point, but you're supposed to be more logical, especially if your child is there. Again, I get it. Sometimes we lose our heads. You understand? But it doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't. Sorry, I got to turn off my camera when I get close to the camera because I can't see. Okay, I'm trying to just keep up. We got a lot of snow too. Oh God, snow. It snowed the other day, but it got warm yesterday, and it rained. So the snow is melted. It is very hard for me to listen to Lisa. I like hearing it from compassionate people who don't make it like a tabloid. And I think that's important too, Tilly, that we have to remember all these people are real people, right? All these people are real people. And I get the anger. Trust me, when I first started watching Lisa, I was infuriated. Saying that her father passed twice, saying that her son had cancer, the embarrassment she puts her family through, the conditions she had her children living in, the animals in, all of this, the lies that she told, the way she treats people who show her kindness and generosity, trying to extort them, trying to tell them, I'll dox you, the things that she continues to do to people who still show her kindness. It's infuriating. And it's easy for us to lose that thinking that this is still a human being. As gross as her behaviors are, they're gross, they're unacceptable. And I said a long time ago, Lisa deserves to get in trouble for the things that she's done. She deserves to get in trouble. But what I got upset with BS lady is that she said jail is the only thing that's going to save her. And I'm telling you from experience, jail doesn't save anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter where you are, you'll just stop. And someone said in my comment section when I was talking about that it's even more dangerous for somebody, like if you get arrested and you're not ready, right? So you're abstinent during that time and you go out into the street. Let's say they take you off the street for a month and you go back into the street and you use that day, the likelihood of you having an OD is greater because they go back thinking that they can use at the same level and their tolerance is totally different. So they can perish more easily. You understand? So that's why people like BS Lady anger me, because you're giving up this wrong information. Jail is not a cure. You don't touch the threshold of jail and then you get amnesia that you were ever an addict. It's not mass hypnosis. I was never an addict. Oh my God, it's a miracle. It doesn't happen like that. And it's dangerous to give out that information. Jail is not a cure. It isn't, for addiction. But I do feel like she needs to get in trouble for things that she's done to people. But that doesn't mean that I'm wishing jail on her because it'll cure her and all of these things. Like, that's not it either. So I know, Sophie, and it curls up, but yeah, Sophie has helped me with my hair. Sorry, I know. Listen, I'm a catch-all. My hair would not grow. My hair would take years to grow. My hair is growing, so it's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Guys, if you watch a few months back, my hair was like up to here, and it has grown and it's in layers, so the back is even longer. But yeah, thank you, Sophie. It's crazy how long my hair grows because I take care of it now. Lord of mercy. Anyway, okay. I was born and raised in New York City, went to college in the Bronx, then moved to Mount Vernon. Yes, Westchester County. I currently live in New Mexico. The culture shock is stunning. Oh my God, I've always wanted to go to New Mexico because it's warm there. I really want to go to New Orleans. I have a thing with Louisiana. I want to go over there so badly. But it's a whole different way of living, right? You're used to the fast pace and all of that. New York. I live in New Jersey now. And it's so crazy that New Jersey is so close to New York. It takes me 20 minutes to get to New York, but it's a whole different world. I don't have to worry here. If I go to the store, if I go to Quick Check, late. I don't have to worry. In New York, I didn't leave my house after dark. I didn't. It got that dangerous. But you still have to be cautious everywhere you go. But it's so different here. I don't worry about my sons when they go out. It's just so different. And it is a big difference. Hey, Sunshine State of Mind. How are you, my girl? So good to see you. Thank you. Feel the love. Anyway, I'm trying to keep up, guys, because I'm really bad with my comments. And that's sometimes the most loving thing I can say to an addict. There's no, Stephen, that is 100%. 100%. Nikki shouldn't have done it in front of her kid. I get that frustration, but putting them kids in harm's way is never good. And I agree. And that's why I'm saying I respect everyone's opinion. I do. I just feel like you have to be aware and not become the person that you feel like is invading your neighborhood and doing all these things. You can't become them, having screaming matches with them and all these things. And I just and again, I have a nasty mouth. I curse a lot, right? But when my sons were younger, I didn't speak that way in front of my kids. I didn't, because they're sponges and they're going to repeat everything. And I also didn't involve my kids in grown conversations. I didn't. I was forced to grow up way before my time, and I refused to put that burden on my kids when I was in my right mind. My kids, I will always have mom guilt for the rest of my life, forever having been an addict. Thank God my kids were young enough when I got sober that I didn't wreck their lives for the rest of their lives. Being an addict and being in jail when they were little, it was bad enough. Thank God that I have amazing parents. My parents are the best parents I could ever ask for. Always were there. It takes a village, and my parents are just the best. You know what I mean? I was never in danger of losing my kids, none of that, because I had amazing parents. And I just think that it's important to remember that allow kids to be kids. Be careful what you say to them. And I know kids are much more aware because the internet is everywhere. Kids have devices, phones, tablets, all of that. But what you say in front of them and then involving them directly, like asking him about the whole situation, and then when he tries to elaborate, you tell him to be quiet. That's confusing. You're sending mixed signals. And I feel bad because people were like, oh, you're mom shaming. I'm just giving advice. I'm not shaming. I'm not calling her a bad mom. I could never do that. I would never do that. Hey, money swipers, how are you, beautiful? Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, no. Happy Valentine's. Lori, I'm still possessed. I'm still possessed by Lori. Sorry. I need an exorcism. Sometimes the Loriisms come out of me. Sorry. Happy Valentine's Day. Jesus. No, not you. She means Nicole. Nikki, I'm way behind. He probably already said it wasn't you, girl. You already know. 4 months behind here. I was raised in Brooklyn, then I moved to Long Island. It felt different. It was hard for me to get used to it. And you get used to it. It takes time, Exactly. They do get worse when you're released. It's, you know what I mean? So just BS lady, everything she says rubs me the wrong way, but the harmful misinformation that she puts out, and even when she's corrected, she won't amend her statements, retract her statements. She makes false accusations about people. She puts crimes on people and continues to put crimes on people, and it's disgusting and harmful. So yeah, I don't like that lady. I don't like that lady at all. Yes, I absolutely agree. Nicole approached Lisa. Lisa was zooming in and at the moment was only worried about scamming for her money. Nicole was being the clean one, could have handled it in a different way. Exactly. So let me play their little fight just to show you. Again, I assume most of you guys have seen it, but maybe not everyone's seen it. So just for those that haven't seen it, yeah, let me play it real quick. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm always way behind in my chat, but I promise you the next day when my chat is available, I do read my whole chat. I'm sorry. Anybody, if you're new here, yeah, I'm always 4 months behind in my chat. I would say that as part of my shtick. No, not Nikki, Nicole, Teresa. So when Mask Guy Johnny said Nikki, he meant Nicole. Nicole, that is Lisa Richards' neighbors. My ex and I met and got together when he was in recovery. I was fully sober, but living with him as he was relapsing was heartbreaking. He nearly took my life when he was cut off. And I'm sorry, Tilly. I know it was hard. It was hard every day. You know, I loved my husband. I was with him, married 27 years. You know, we were best friends. We grew up together, kids, you know, and it was hard because he was the best father. Like he woke up middle of the night, took, you know, let me sleep, fed the babies, changed the babies, involved, you know, and then lost himself and things were missing. I had to put padlocks on the bedroom doors. Before I went to work, I had to take, like, if I was putting on makeup, I had to go in one of the rooms, take out whatever I was going to use it, lock it back in the room. And if I forgot to put something in the room, when I came home, it was gone. And then he found a way to unscrew the whole thing when my sons would go to school. So things would be missing. I'm like, how the hell we had it locked in the room? He found a way to unscrew the whole thing and then screw it back in before we came back. There was no winning. You try, food was gone from my refrigerator, meats out of the freezer, and it was hard. And I knew he was sick and suffering, you know what I mean? But it took a toll on me and my kids. We felt like prisoners. We had to leave in shifts. Like, it's just no way to live. It's no way to live. There was no way to live for him either, you know. But we couldn't suffer by his choices anymore. Hi, Michelle. How are you, sweetie? Not the Valentines. I know, girl. I know. I'm sorry. But we couldn't suffer because of his choices any longer. You know, he was making those choices and I tried to help him every way I could. I tried everything. I tried encouragement. I tried like screaming at him. I tried everything because I was just so frustrated. I didn't know what else to do, you know, but leaving was the only thing I could do. Thank you for being a member. I love you too, Feel the Love. Thank you so much, Mama. So again, I'd say these things to let you guys know that I speak from experience, you know, and I don't know if he watches my channel. He used to watch my channel, but he didn't have a phone for a long time. Usually when he has a phone, we'll hear from him. So I don't even know if he has a phone. If you're watching this, we love you. We miss you. We hope you're well, Alex, you know, because he used to watch my channel all the time. And he knows that anything I say, I would never lie on him. Never, you know. So anyway, wait, what? Specifically, Texan Valentine, Scoop equals Lori, Rod Iron, Pro Hack Vice, Gabby Petito, KJ. Yes, girl. Yeah, okay, so she gave us the definitions of their words. Nikki, you're crazy. Okay, so let me show you guys the fight, the infamous screaming match. It was a screaming match. It wasn't really a fight, but it was a screaming match. And this is from Nookie's channel. Again, I will be linking them underneath the description of this video. Now let me see if it's sharing. Is it sharing? What the hell, man? Okay, yeah, it's sharing. Okay. Just let me know if you guys can hear that, please. And thank you. All right, let's see. Hold on. Okay.
I got a lighter that actually works, man. Oh, see, I got, yeah, I got to, let me get outside. Okay, hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second.
You know,
Like my dad. Dude, and the dude,
I'm gonna skip to when they start fighting.
Not good at all. Later, it was like a shocker, you know, because it was like, you know,
hey, Sin, how
19 to
are
fucking
you? So good to see
whatever
you.
I was.
You keep threatening me?
Bitch!
I'm telling you right the fuck
Bitch!
now.
Get the fuck!
Okay, hold on.
You know, 19 to fucking whatever I was.
You keep threatening me?
Bitch!
I'm telling you right the fuck
Bitch!
now.
Get the fuck out of here, cunt! Don't! Come on, bitch! Come on, bitch! Come on, you fucking cunt! Come on!
Step back, please.
Come on down here! Come on down here! Come on down here!
Get the fuck out!
Come on down here!
Go, go, go. Aubrey!
Come on!
I don't know who Nicole was screaming for, but Lisa was walking, as you can see, Lisa's looking in her phone, and she says, "You're gonna stop threatening me." And again, I get it. She's frustrated and all of that, but there's a time and a place for everything. You know, you guys live right there. I don't know.
Good bitch, it's online. You want to threaten me? You want to fucking threaten me? You're dead. Why do you?
Yeah, Mama Goose, I'm sorry. I know. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to hear that, Mama Goose. And that is just tragic, and I'm so sorry for your loss. You know?
Look like a crackhead when you don't do it. You fucking stupid cunt. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here, bitch. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. You know better, cunt. You know better, you dirty cunt.
And she just gave Lisa something to act big and bad. Anybody knows Lisa's like 90 pounds. Lisa, you know what I mean? Like this was, and you see Lisa keeps looking at her phone. This is all for show. You know what I mean? But you have your kid there. Approach it in a different way. And again, I get it. Your emotions are high. You may not be thinking at the moment. You see her, right? And you're just so overwhelmed with emotion. But you just have to be smarter than that, you know?
She knows better.
Exactly.
She knows better. She fucking knows better. Fucking stupid cunt.
Lisa walked the fastest I've ever seen her walk after this. I swear to God. I swear to God, girl was walking fast, and I get it. She's in active addiction. She don't want the cops, any interaction with the police, right? I get that too. But girl, you were a little scared. It's okay. You were a little scared. I get it.
She's calling the cops when she yelled at me. What a stupid bitch. She's a fucking cop calling weirdo, dude.
So are you, Lisa. Stop it. So are you. So are you. So stop it.
Here, let's turn the comments back on. She's so embarrassed right now. You guys see she wouldn't come down? You guys see she wouldn't come down? Come on down. Come on down, bitch. Come on down.
Girl, shut up. She's inside already, Lisa. Stop it. Stop it. This is why. Like, I get so mad. I know, Teresa. I know.
Come on. Dumb bitch.
It did, right? Right, Tilly? That did sound like a Jerry Springer episode. Lord of mercy, man.
Stupid fucking slut. Lucky I didn't fucking help her. You guys see that? Bitch is gonna come yelling at me. Yelling at me. That's Nicole. That was Nicole.
Calm down, girl.
Nicole. The bitch Nicole. Miss Tough. Miss Gangster.
But you think you're gangster too? Like, I don't understand it. Like, listen to me, okay? I'm not gangster. I never said I was in a gang, none of that shit. Okay. But people that are really about it, you won't even see it coming. Like, you will not see it coming. You're not doing all this. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? By the time you say what, a fist is in your mouth. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Real gangsters move in silence. Like, you're not gonna do all of this barking. Like, there's no bite, and that's the thing. If you're gonna be doing all this huffing and puffing, for what? For what? You know what I mean? Again, I'm not telling them to fight in the streets and shit like this, the Wild Wild West. But all of this is for show. It's show, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I know, she's so thin. She's so thin. Like, girl, who are you fighting? Who are you fighting? She was walking after. She was like, "Oh, my back, girl." Yes, you are a twig, literally, girl. Like, come on, man. Let's not.
That's this gangster, guys. This gangster wouldn't come out of the fucking bed of the truck. Picked up a fucking stick.
But she has her kid there. Of course, she's not gonna come out of the bed of the truck. She had her kid there too.
I still was gonna beat her fucking ass. I don't give a fuck.
You were not gonna do a damn thing, girl. Because if you were gonna do it, you would have done it.
Fuck you, bitch. What a fucking... And then she called the cops. She called the cops. She started it.
She calls and she's calling the cops again because I'm I'm not biased, right? I don't have anything against Nicole at all. I just think this was stupid. This was stupid. Again, I understand her frustration. I get it. You know what I mean? She's calling the cops because you're outside walking back and forth, screaming at people, disturbing the peace, like you're a nuisance to their neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, and she can't care. She doesn't care because she cannot care. She's driven. She has tunnel vision. And that's why I'm saying people of sound mind, you can't stoop to her level or scoop to her level. Like, you can't do it. You know what I mean?
What the fuck? She called him. She's a fucking clown. I tried telling you guys she's a clown. What a fucking clown, dude. She's just a clown. I'm not trying to be tough.
Yes, you are, though. Yes, you really are. And you're calling her a fake gangster, but you act the same way, Lisa. You're always you used to tell people to pull up and all this stuff, and you would do X, Y, and Z to people. You're always threatening to dox people. And that's what I don't understand, how people continue to give to Lisa, knowing that Lisa harasses them, and then threatens them. If you don't give her the money, she's going to dox you and all this shit. Like, I listen, couldn't be me. Could not be me. Could not be me.
She started yelling at me. You understand that? I'd have walked right past the dumb bitch. It was Nicole Lynn or whatever her name is. I ran.
You know what her name is, girl. Stop it. Nicole Lynn or whatever her name is. Girl, stop it.
Oh my God. Shut up. Just shut up.
And this is why. See how people are gifting to her? So she feels like, and I don't understand, because there's enough information for people to make informed decisions about Lisa and exactly where her money is going. So that's why it's not even worth to continue to do videos trying to bring awareness to this, because there's enough awareness. So it's either people that don't care or people that enjoy seeing her act this way. So they give to her so that she'll keep coming on to act this way. Because for some people, it's entertainment. And it's somebody losing the battle of life, you know?
I don't care what you guys say. You saw it. Whatever.
She just walks with her phone. Yes, she just walks with her phone.
Dumb fucking bitch. You guys want to tell me why she looks like a fucking crackhead when she don't do crack?
Because some people are naturally thin. And I don't, this argument makes no sense. Like, okay, she looks thin, she looks like she does drugs, but you actually do drugs, girl. Like, come on, what are we doing? Like, what point did she think she was making there?
Anybody want to fucking answer that question? Anybody?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the way she talks to people, and people still send her money, and then people are like, kindness is free. Like, girl, do you not hear the shit she says to people? What? I'm not about bullying people, especially people in active addiction. But girl, no, hell no, no way.
Why does Nicole Lynn look like a whole crackhead?
I don't know, money swipers. Was she locked up? See, I stopped watching Maddie because that just broke my heart. Watching Maddie literally broke my heart. And I had to stop watching it because it was triggering for me. I didn't even know she was locked up. That's how long I haven't watched her. Wow. Oh my gosh. Exactly, Sophie, right? Some people are naturally thin. And they say he's on meth and stuff. Like, come on, man. That's not cool. And then if you're overweight, they make fun of you. If you're too skinny, they make fun of you. Like, you know, I remember they used to call it the STEM fast diet. You know, not addict shaming. I'm just telling you what they used to call it back in my day. Oh, yeah, she on the STEM fast diet. STEMs is like the pipes that they smoke things out of. So if they were on drugs and they were super skinny, oh, she's on that STEM fast diet, you know.
When she supposedly don't do crack, right? Right, because she does. Y'all, she does. She's a fucking drug head too. So we're all clear.
Okay, and who cares? Who cares, right? She's not here asking for money. And I'm not saying that to be callous. Like, who cares if she's on drugs? I'm just saying, Lisa, she's not on here virtually panhandling. And if she's struggling with an addiction, I hope that she isn't. But she's not on here making it everybody's problem. This woman is, the entitlement is astounding to me with these people. And it's unbelievable the level of entitlement that the internet has given these people. The internet has created these monsters that you see, this level of entitlement that everything, it's your fault if she doesn't make it to her clinic because you assholes won't send her $27. And then the level of entitlement that she deserves an Uber there and back. Listen, Linda. Send her $27. She's not taking an Uber. She's walking her happy ass there. If somebody wasn't able to drive her, right? Let's just say if, her dad, when he was in the hospital, he wasn't able to drive her. She's walking her happy ass there and back with no problem, okay? Any money you guys are like, oh my God, it's so cold. I need to send her money for an Uber. She's not taking an Uber. She's not even taking a bus. She's not even taking a bus. You send her $1, it's not going to a bus. It's not going to an Uber. You send her a damn DoorDash gift card. She's trading that in for drugs. Yeah. You'd be surprised what the DDs take. Okay. They take any and everything. Okay. Any DoorDash. That's why she started asking for DoorDash gift cards. You send her DoorDash. She doesn't want that shit. She has food in the house. She can eat in the house. Trust and believe that. When you're in addiction, you eat very little. That is, you only eat to survive. As fuel, seriously, okay? Food loses the appeal of eating for fun when you're in active addiction. Again, speaking from experience, any money she gets isn't going towards food, isn't going towards car fare, isn't going anywhere but to her DOC. That is it. She's happily walking there. She don't care. She will walk there. This is all a gija. This is all schemes. Hi, sassy nerd girl. I agree, Sin. I agree. And exactly, Sin. Exactly. Nicole has her children.
So we're all clear. Because birds of a feather.
Exactly, Mad Mona Lisa. Nicole has her kids and isn't begging for money. And I'm not a fan of Nicole, but I don't believe her either. And I'm not a fan of Nicole either. Just behaviors, like she seems very opportunistic in the way she turned on Ronnie in an instant. It seemed very self-serving. If that was your friend for 21 years, you don't do a friend like that. 180, like you want to interview the baby's father and you want to play audio and all of this. Like what? A 180? What? Because you were getting accused of taking money. If you didn't, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Just there was a lot of deception there. She didn't know about it, but then you were helping with the wish list. Honesty goes a long way. So what? Everybody needs help once in a while. Everyone needs help once in a while. It's about being transparent. It's about being honest, especially with people that are helping you. Don't lie to them. Don't double dip and things like that. It's about the honesty. It's about having integrity and showing gratitude. You know what I mean? It seems very ungrateful when you're being underhanded and then you're acting like you don't know about a wish list, but Ronnie's telling you about things to add to the wish list, and then you only come out with it later as damage control. All of that is like, you know what I mean? Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So I agree, Mad Mona Lisa. She would walk, listen. Remember when she had that messed up toe that it was just a bunch of dirt and shit? She's walking, guys. I'm speaking from personal experience. Okay. One year when I was in my active addiction, right? I was on MAT a long time ago, over 24 years ago. And my program was in Manhattan and I was living in the Bronx. And it was at a time where it was in the summer and all of New York City, all of the power shut off. Whoosh, everything. Okay. We were on the subway. Thank God that the subway had just pulled into Times Square and all the electricity went off. We got off the train, had to walk through that tunnel. It was hot. I got medicated and now we had to get back to the Bronx. We had to walk. We had to walk from Manhattan to the Bronx. And I did it. Had no choice. So I'm saying her program is like 30 minutes away. She was saying yesterday in a live, she's walking that happily. Trust and believe that. And she's the kind of entitled person that she will hound somebody, her dad most likely, until he drives her. It's easier to just, acquiesce. It is. Trust me. Again, I was living with an active addict for 8 years, and sometimes I would just give in, like, oh my God, okay, stop bothering me. Here, take it, take it, take it. And that's not right, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting living with active addicts. So I don't shame her parents. Enabling is dangerous, but I've been in the place of her parents, and I had to remove myself from it because it was killing me. It was killing me. And so I try to understand that too. I don't disrespect anybody's parents, but her parents have to understand that she needs tough love. She needs to be told no. You know what I mean? And it's not being, it's showing her love. They may think it's not showing her love if they tell her no. It's actually showing her love by telling her no. It is, in my opinion. Oh my God. Is Michelle Sabate even around? I don't know.
Flock together. So this bitch is a fucking crackhead, pillhead. That's it. That's it. That's what she does. Oh, okay, Nicole. Come on up here, bitch. Come on.
She's all the way up there, and now, like, Nicole, come on, girl. Stop it. Stop it. People are saying you ran. She did. She walked pretty quickly. I've never seen her walk that quickly. I've seen her walk slowly in circles. I've never seen her walk in a straight line that quickly before in my life. And I'm telling you, when she needs to get to her clinic, she's walking that fast. I'm telling you.
That's what I thought. Dude, she's such a fucking clown, dude. She's so gangster. So
oh yeah, I remember
gangster.
that too, Tilly. Michelle's she's another one. Their cleanliness leaves much to be desired. Jesus Christ.
Dude. Like, get the fuck out of her. Start screaming at me, bitch, in the middle of the street. You thought she knows better. Told you
She
guys
knows better.
a long time.
Girl, you are like 90 pounds. Girl, and again, no disclaimer queen, people get offended. So easily offended. And it's so funny to me that the people that try to get offended on the behalf of Lisa and Lori are the most offensive mother effers on YouTube, but yet they want to call me out. Like, shut your stupid ass up, okay? She has like 7 teeth in her mouth. You don't need to fight anybody. You want to hold on to those teeth, Lisa. Seriously, girl. Don't invite somebody to fight you. Your teeth are holding on for dear life, girl.
Time ago, she's known my family for years. She knows better.
Oh, wow. Michelle is faking being in rehab. She got busted. She's another one. Just lies and is entitled and all the things, and had this big, beautiful home and destroyed that home. This utterly destroyed that home. That was a beautiful home with a sunken bathtub and everything, and just destroyed that home.
That's it. Bottom line. I gotta say, nothing else. She knows. She knows. All she got is this.
Right? She wouldn't, Tilly. Yeah, she wouldn't. Thank you. Her body could not withstand a fight. Seriously, she would probably break a rib, break a hip. Like, honestly, like, she's not taking care of herself. She's filling her body with poisons. You know what I mean? Like, girl, who you think you fighting? And sometimes, listen, crack addicts have the strength of like 1,000 men sometimes. They don't feel pain right then and there, but your body will feel it afterwards. Your teeth will still fly out of your mouth. You may not feel the pain immediately, but you're going to feel it afterwards. I swear to God, some crack addicts, I see them fighting, nothing happens to them. Days later, they're nursing broken ribs and broken wrists and shit. Like they have superpowers in the moment when they're on the drugs. But girl, girl, no.
All she got is this. All she got is this.
She got punched twice. Yes, I remember. I remember when the woman said she stole something, right? The DD's girlfriend or some shit. I remember that. And she ended up calling the police. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't act like Nicole is a cop caller and a snitch and all this stuff. Girl, you got your ass whooped and you called the police too. Which shit. I don't live by the code of the streets. You pull up on me acting crazy, I'm calling Popo with the quickness, girl. I don't live by the code of the streets. Like, we're not doing that. I'm not a snitch. I'm not out there living that lifestyle anymore. When I was in that lifestyle, you didn't call the police and did all of that. That would endanger your life. I don't live by that code of the streets. You act crazy, I'm calling the police on you in a minute, in a second. What? Shit.
That's all she got. Nope, I didn't threaten her at all. I said, come down here. Come on down here.
You did threaten her. You did threaten her. Like, come on, stop it. Don't switch it now, girl. You was all big and bad.
Running her mouth. Come down here. So
I agree, Taro. Yeah, Michelle Sabate is one of the most vile women I've seen on the internet as well.
She wasn't. She's a fucking punk ass bitch, dude.
Girl, it takes one to know one, girl. Stop it.
No, she called the fucking cops. She called the cops. Like, what a clown. What about, she's yelling because the YouTube comments wanted to call CPS on her because she isn't taking care of her kid and saying, you guys are wasting resources. She just called the fucking cops on a fight she started.
Oh, this woman is insane, man. I don't know, guys. It's so that was that with the damn fight. Again, I think that it's ridiculous. And remember, Lisa's not in a position to beat anybody's ass. In my opinion, she's not, she's not, you know what I mean? Again, I get it, having to live near her and deal with her antics every day. Hi, Diane. Welcome. So good to have you. So nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. I get it, you know, that you're frustrated having to deal with this woman, hear her up and down the alley all day, all night, screaming at people, cursing at people, all of that. It's exhausting. You know what I mean? But again, you can't become what you're trying to get removed from your neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, you have to stay above that. You have to. A couple of years ago, I became aware of Michelle loved drama channels ever since. Yeah. I was like, Amber, you know, I was a mod for her, and she started covering Michelle Sabate and all of that, and that's how I became intertwined with that. Sorry, my son is calling me. Yeah, baby. Sorry, my son calls me to ask me if his Xbox is off. Like, what the hell? What the hell, boy? Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. I listen. But yeah, that's I was just saying that's how I was introduced to that, to her and Mask Guy, Andy, and all of that. And I was like, I tapped out real quick. I was like, I'm tapping out of this. So yeah, it was too much. Yeah, my introduction to YouTube was through the anti-Katie Joy community. Don't hold that against me. Don't hold that against me. I was never a Katie Joy creator. I just, I followed the beauty community first, right? I was into beauty content. I love makeup. Makeup has always been a part of my channel. I'm not saying I'm a professional makeup artist, but I love makeup. I always like eyeshadow is my favorite part. I love playing with eyeshadow. Foundation and all of that, can't be bothered. But eyeshadow is like the best part of my collection. I have lots of eyeshadows. In Brooklyn, I had like 500 eyeshadow palettes. It dwindled, you know, every day a palette was gone, a palette or two was gone. I would cry. Like, my Pat McGrath gone, my Lunar Beauty gone. I would cry. So by the time I came here, I had maybe like 50 palettes. So I've grown my collection yet again. And I have a lot of skincare. I have a lot of makeup, more makeup than one face could use. But the eyeshadows are my favorite part. So anyway, I was introduced to YouTube and all of that through the beauty community. And then I found the drama community that was covering the beauty community. You know what I mean? Like Creepshow Art and Dustin Daly and Nick Schneider and Manny MUA and his best friend, Laura Lee and all of that and Rich Lux. So I started in the beauty community. Then I started watching the drama community. And I think it was Creep Show Art, if I'm not mistaken, that was covering Katie Joy. And that's how I came across Katie Joy. And then I started finding more channels covering Katie Joy. And Nikki, one of my friends right here, still covers Katie Joy. And so that I became a part of the anti-Katie Joy community. And then lawsuits happened with Tati Westbrook, and people started inserting themselves in lawsuits, making false declarations. We don't say her name around here because she's dangerous. And if you say her name, she's like Beetlejuice. She pops up and she creates CP and all kinds of craziness. So we don't say that name around here. She's dangerous. And then I became in that community, and then I ventured into 90 days, the 90-day community. And then, I've always been in like recovery addiction communities. I've always talked about recovery and addiction on my channel. Then I started fighting with people online on YouTube. You start having beefs with other creators, and it becomes personal, it becomes messy, and I got sidetracked. With drama. Everything I've ever said on my channel is still on my channel. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, the things I'm not so proud of. I don't believe in deleting anything from my channel because it shows my progression on YouTube. Even things I'm not proud of, even people I no longer support, even things I no longer feel the same way about. I felt that way at one time, so it's on my channel. And when I feel differently, I come and let everybody know I no longer feel that way. So that's just how I do my channel. I don't delete anything off my channel because I feel like if I felt that way at one time, I want people to be able to see the mistakes I've made. I've been able to apologize for things that I've done. And that's okay with me. And people, not everybody has to like me. And I've learned to shut the noise out. Fighting with creators, I'm no longer going to participate. I'm going to ignore it. People are lying on me, all of that. I let people make up their own minds. You make up your own minds. One thing I'm not is a liar. I'm flawed. I've made mistakes. I've supported horrible people that I regret. I'm going to regret for the rest of my life supporting certain people. I've learned from it. I've apologized for it. And all I can do is show changed behaviors by not supporting people, not jumping out the window in support of people that have, when my instinct tells me, you get that little alarm, I'm not going to ignore my internal alarm anymore. I'm not. It's just how I feel. Yeah, since the pandemic, exactly. Feel the Love has known me since then. So that's when I started, in 2019. And then when the pandemic happened, the internet was all we had. We were locked in our homes and all of that. So I'm from the later OG DC drama community. It's Randis Life, One Wayne, sorry, Jenny Jen. Oh, yes. Diane's channel, Another Long Story Straight. But hardly anyone goes live anymore. Right. Yes, from your old core groups. And that's what happened with us. Like me and Sophie, we stopped going live because it was just fighting and drama. It was consuming and YouTube wasn't fun anymore. So we just stopped going live and then started watching TikTok and the awareness community, whatever they're called. Some people don't like to be called a part of the awareness community or the addiction recovery, whatever they're called. Started watching them. I have a TikTok. I don't go live on TikTok. I only have like 150 followers on TikTok. I never really used it. TikTok really wasn't my platform. But then I started following along on TikTok and all of this stuff and posting little tiny things. But and then I came across like all the people begging on TikTok. And I was like, what is this? What is this? I had never seen anything like that in my life. Sorry, my throat was dry. And it was like shocking, like beg talk for real, like no content, not even trying to hide it, just coming on with their donation apps, demanding, not even asking nicely, demanding money, offering nothing, but demanding people's hard-earned money. Like, girl, I couldn't take it. And thank you for being here. I appreciate that so much. I do uploaded videos now. You know, I'm not good at editing and all of that stuff. So what you see is what you get with me, right? Like, listen, I'm not perfect and I never promise perfection, but I will always be honest. I don't go with what's popular or trendy. I don't cover things because they're trending. I cover things because I feel passionate about them. I'm very passionate about addiction and recovery because I know how dangerous addiction is and that it's a matter of life and death. I've been saying that since the inception of my channel. Addiction is a matter of life and death. Um, and recovery has saved my life. It has. On the 28th of February, it will be 24 years for me. And it seems like a whole other lifetime for me. You know, my addiction took me to places never thought I would go. Almost lost my life. I had to be intubated 3 times. 3 times. And I remember getting intubated and waking up with tubes in me. They removed the tubes and I was leaving the hospital and right back to it. And the 3rd time I was intubated, the doctor came in and told me I stopped breathing, that if I didn't stop what I was doing, I was not going to live. Because I'm allergic to opiates, right? Whatever they cut the opiates with, I'm allergic to. So it would just cause my lungs to close up on me immediately. So it was a matter of life and death for me. And so I take it seriously. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And anybody that messes with Villain is good people. And I'm not kissing her ass. I enjoy Villain. I enjoy her point of view, her honesty, her no fucks given attitude. I respect that and I appreciate that a lot. And that she doesn't expect people to be perfect, but accountability means a lot. If you fuck up, say you fucked up. Apologize. You know what I mean? And I agree with so many points that she says, because recovery is about changing your behaviors, about taking personal inventory. You know, like you have to know, like that was a hard one for me. That step was so hard for me, having to take personal inventory, because who wants to acknowledge all the wrongs, all your flaws? But if I say one of the steps that was the hardest but most rewarding was the personal inventory, because it taught me so much about myself and it made me face what I had to change, and things that I needed to work on. And amends wasn't hard for me because I've always felt guilt and sorrow for the things that I've put my family and loved ones through. But it was also difficult because you had to accept responsibility with no buts. You had to apologize and accept that they may not forgive you. And thankfully, my family has forgiven me. And it took a long time for some because I had to show them, you can't try to convince them with your mouth. I'm different. I'm changed. Can't you see? No, they don't have to see. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's not easy, but it's so rewarding. Yes, it's just best to cover the sky. I let the drama go. I did. And it's hard because sometimes people want to drag you back by your hair, right? And again, I've said this so many times on my channel. It's not what you're called that matters. It's what you answer to, and I'm not going to answer to any of it. People that sometimes the truth is not what people are seeking, right? They act like they want the truth. And then you tell them the truth and then they just move the goalpost and then demand something else of you. So I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not. I know why I'm here, and I genuinely enjoy having a channel. I genuinely enjoy the privilege, because it's a privilege to have people subscribe to your channel, to have members, to have people come into your chats and your comment sections. That's a privilege. It's not a right. And a lot of people think it's a right. Like Lisa Richard, you're watching me and none of you fuckers can send me money. Like, they don't owe you shit. You're on a public platform. The fuck, girl? They don't have to pay you to watch you. Like, it's crazy to me. And they think they're celebrities. They think that they're celebrities and they don't understand. You're not famous. You're infamous, girl. You're infamous. Like, that's nothing to be proud of. It's not a flex. Like Lori, people are getting clout off you. Girl, I don't know what the opposite of clout is, but that's what you have. Like, you have the opposite of clout. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Clout chasers, like, girl, stop it. Anybody in close proximity to you gets dragged and like, what? That's what clout is. I don't want it. Keep it, please. Keep it, please, and thank you. You know what I mean? Like, self-awareness is sorely lacking. I'm very aware of my flaws. Like, trust me. I don't lack self-awareness. You know what I mean? And so many people just lack self-awareness, man. My last pre-surgery appointment was on January 6th. Didn't hear about it until I got home. Oh, wait, did I miss the beginning of that? I'm sorry. My husband passed away just before the pandemic. I was trying to navigate a hip replacement after I got insurance. During all of that, looked like the whole world went nuts. It did. It did. In New York, it looked like a zombie movie, except with the zombies. You know, the end of the world movie where the streets are empty and you needed a card to be able to go out. In New York, you needed a card, you know, like an essential worker card. And I was an essential worker and I needed to carry that card. Like it was crazy. It felt like New World Order. Like it felt like the end of days. You know, in New York, everything was closed. Like there were no pantries open, no soup kitchens open. There were private citizens that were donating, like coming by in trucks and stopping by the projects and giving out groceries to people, like private people, citizens took it upon themselves to help the less fortunate. And I remember seeing that and thinking, wow, you know, so in times like that, it brings out people's true nature. You know, it brings out the worst in people or it brings out the best in people, just like deaths, right? When somebody passes away, you see the true nature of people. Either they're going to be greedy or they're going to be nurturing and caring. You know, sadly, deaths bring out the worst in people, and things like that bring out the worst in people or the best in people. You get to see who the person really is, you know, and it's important to. I'll give out 5 more. Okay, I'll give out the other 5. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Hi, Jen. Thank you. Oh my God, 12 and a half years sober. Congratulations. That's amazing. That's a whole other lifetime as well. Listen, one day is something to celebrate. One day is the hardest, right? The first day is the hardest. You know what I mean? For me, it became easier once I learned how to cope. And that's what I tell everybody. I swear that's like my mantra. Learn to cope. And it'll save your life. Learning to cope. When my sister passed away, it was hard. My sister passed away in 2014. My sister had complications of AIDS, and she passed away. And I didn't relapse. And then when my mom passed in 2020, you know, I had a lot of deaths in 2020. My uncle, my mom's brother, passed, and then a week later, my mom passed, and then my grandfather passed, and then other uncle passed. So it was like death. You know what I mean? And one uncle passed from complications of COVID. You know, like he already had issues. He was in hospice and getting COVID. His immune system couldn't deal with it. But my other family members, it just happened that way. You know what I mean? But because I knew how to cope and deal with things and live life on life terms, I didn't relapse. It wasn't even an option for me, you know? So I always say that's the most important thing. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Yeah, I love Villain. She is amazing. She is a good person. Yes. The Cartman. Oh, yes. Listen, I am a Family Guy. Bob's Burgers, Simpsons, South Park, all of that, all of those inappropriate animations. That's my thing. I am like a little kid. I just love stuff like that. I mean, I'm not a little kid, but I lost out on a childhood, right? Because I had to grow up. I had to take care of my siblings. My mom was an addict. May she rest in peace. So I never had dolls. I never had Barbie dolls. I never had stuffed animals. I never had any of that. So as an adult, my sons know how much I love them. This is all from my sons, except this is from my friend Bliss Chris. She's so funny because people used to try to say, you know, oh, Sophie's an addict. Da, 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 da. So she got me a happy pill. This is the only drug I take. So now they're not lying when they say I'm on drugs. Yes, I have my happy pill right here. So yeah, I do too. I really enjoy her. I don't know. I just really, really do. So, and hi, Hardwire. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I meant to say that. I got sidetracked. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read through the chat because I take forever. Thank you. A member for 23 months. Thank you. Thank you, my Steven. I love you, my girl. I keep saying all the time, it's like people forget how much like the Twilight Zone the world got and how scary it was. People act now like it was nothing, how they forgot. I will never forget. I will never forget It was like, what the hell? It was scary, you know, it was desolate, the streets. And for New York, 42nd Street, Times Square was deserted, and all you saw was homeless people. I had never seen, and I used to work in an organization where we would go and do the census, and we would count the homeless, and we would try to bring the homeless people in. Like the coldest night of the year, we would go out and stay out all night and try to bring people in off the streets, get them off the streets. We would give them sandwiches and hot chocolate and all the things, and we would do a census. We would count them. And I remember, you know, I used to see the homeless people, but when New York was shut down, that's all that was in the streets, because they had shut down the MICA facilities. MICA facilities are places that dealt with mentally ill people. Drop-in centers were closed. So people were pushed into the streets, you know what I mean? And they were everywhere. They had boxes everywhere. The streets were littered with homeless people in New York. And the subway stations, it was scary. It was scary. I'm not saying I'm scared of homeless people, but it was scary seeing so many homeless people, and that's all you saw, you know, and not being able to help them and not being able to do anything because we're all struggling, you know what I mean? It was horrible. It was scary. Can you tell us how to turn on gifting? I don't know. I don't know how to turn. I think you have to do it in your settings, like enable the ability to be gifted. I'm not sure if you have to do it in your YouTube studio settings or in your Google settings. Listen, I'm the worst with technology. Like, I'm the worst person to ask. So sorry. Yeah, maybe Sophie knows. I don't know. Sophie's not sure either. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And my story, there's so many other people that have stories very similar to mine. And I just tell it so that people know you're not alone. You're not abnormal. You know what I mean? You're not abnormal. We all go through things. Our stories, we may have some similarities. Like, I've been in comment sections of people saying that they have childhood trauma, and I can relate so much. And that's why a lot of people get so upset with Laurie Jones, because you watch it on a live on the internet, and a lot of her behaviors are like identical to my mom's. You know, when my mom was in active addiction, when my mom got clean, my mom was an amazing person. But most of my life, my mom was an addict. And the behaviors are identical, and it's terrifying. And I was a child who experienced a lot of trauma because my mom allowed strange people around us. We were never fed. We were never clothed, nothing. Dirty clothes. The refrigerator was like for decoration. And she angers me. She pisses me off. Laurie Jones pisses me off. Nothing wrong with being a kid as an adult, as long as you know when to be serious. Exactly. And no responsibility the rest of the time. Be a kid. Life's too short. Exactly. And I do, right? I know when it's time to take my butt to work and do what I got to do. My bills need to be paid. I don't, there was a time when I was in Brooklyn where I was doing very bad. I was living with an active addict. I was trying to keep it under wraps, trying to respect his privacy. And he was taking faster than I could bring in. And it was a hard time, and people helped me with groceries, and I brought it to my channel. I didn't wait. I wasn't exposed. I brought it to my channel because I wanted to thank people, because I had so much gratitude. I went through a lot of scary situations that people were kind and helped me with. And I brought it to my channel to show how grateful I was. I didn't make a habit of that. I left Brooklyn. I worked in Brooklyn. I've worked my whole life. And people like to make fun of me because I had to come live with my sons. I had my own place in Brooklyn. I had to leave. He didn't want to leave, so I had to leave, and I took my son that was a minor with me. So people like to make fun. I think it's a blessing that my sons they work hard, they have their own place, and they were able to take in their mom and their little brother. And I don't know why people think that that's like something to make fun of me for. I think that I'm blessed that I have sons that were able to do that, and that love me being here. And I love being with my sons. So I don't know. Selfie has to live with her kids. Yeah. Selfie loves living with her kids. You know what I mean? Like, I would feel bad if my sons were adults and didn't want me to live with them or let me go into a shelter. I didn't ask my sons. My sons came to Brooklyn and got me. They came and got me. I didn't ask them, can I come stay with you? My sons came, they said, I don't know what you think. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, pack your stuff. Either you pack your stuff or I'm going to pack what I think you need, and we're going to go either way. So people think they know my story more than I know my story, and they don't. You know what I mean? So, but it's okay. Okay, let me gift the memberships because I start talking and I talk forever, guys. I'm so sorry. All right, so I'm going to give 5 memberships. Yeah, they do. But it shows, they're not understanding how a family should work, and that when your children are younger, you take care of them. And then when you get older, you should be there for each other. I'm Hispanic, I'm Puerto Rican. We have generational family that live together and that enjoy living together. It's not about being leeching off your kids, or I don't do that. I don't leech off my kids. We support each other. We take care of each other. I cook, I clean. My sons don't have to lift a finger. Come home from work, I cook dinner, I do their laundry, I make their rooms, all of that. And it's just a habit. I'm just their mom. And they tell me, Mom, I'm grown. You ain't got to do that. I know I don't have to do it. I like to do it. You know what I mean? I come home, I mop the floor, I clean the house. That's just my thing. Always I'm their mom. They're my kids. My son came home at 4:00 in the morning from work and came and woke me up and gave me a kiss with a bouquet of flowers for Valentine's Day. Like what? 4:00 in the morning, because my sons all work in the restaurant industry. Never say where they work because people are not well on the internet. Okay. People have tried to dox my kid, come for me because my kid experimented, whatever. But I can say they all work in the restaurant industry. So they work, evenings. So you get home at 4:00 in the morning, woke me up with a bouquet of flowers. So nobody can ever tell me anything about my kids or tell my kids anything about me, They do, and I love them. Yeah. No, you don't have to leave the live. Diane, you don't have to leave the live. I'm going to gift them right now. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see who's the wieners. Who are the wieners? Jennifer, Kathy, Kendall, sorry, Manic Mandy, and Brenda. Congratulations to all the wieners. I'm sorry, guys. If nobody won, I promise. Later on, I will gift some of my own, with my own money. But I appreciate you guys. And sometimes, when I used to so when memberships used to be gifted and I was in a chat, there used to be this little option underneath to enable gifts. I don't know if you guys can see that because it's my channel. I don't know. But underneath that green box, there used to be the option to click on it and enable gifts so that you can be gifted for a channel. So I don't know if you can do that. My son dropped me off at the shelter. It took a bit to earn back trust. I get it, Mama Goose. And that's why I'm saying I was fortunate that my sons were young enough. And there was still, when I came to live here, my eldest son, we had to learn each other as adults. You know what I mean? And I'm just blessed and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I didn't have to go into the shelter because that's where I would have went. You know what I mean? I was codependent. I was codependent on my husband, and we were codependent on each other. And I didn't want to leave. I never wanted to be a burden on my sons. I never wanted to intrude in their lives. Independent men, living bachelors, they all live together. My sons are very close. My sons are very close. They chose to move in together, and I felt like intruding in their lives, but I had no choice at the time. It was dangerous. The situation was dangerous. So I'm thankful. Yes, I know. And that's the thing, that she needs to learn to do better, right? If she says that she's sober again, I don't believe it. And I don't like to question people's sobriety or judge, but her behaviors, even if she is sober, she's what you would call a dry drunk, because none of the behaviors have changed. She's very selfish. She's very self-centered. She eats before her kids. Even when her daughter was there, she would get DoorDash for herself. And that time that Sophie played it yesterday, when she got the Lunchable and her face, she acted like a Ritz cracker, made her throw up. When I saw a few days or a week right before the kids were taken, she was eating a cracker with egg salad and she was chomping on them crackers. And but a Ritz cracker, I love Ritz crackers. I eat Ritz crackers plain with my coffee. But a Ritz cracker was so disgusting that she threw up. Like, girl, you're faking the funk. You're an ungrateful, entitled bitch. That's what that was. Somebody sent you, and they said it was $10 more to send that to you. And she sat there like a little kid. You ever seen like a little kid when they ask you for a toy or something and you get them something and it wasn't the toy they wanted? Kids don't know any better, right? And when kids behave that way, you teach them, hey, that you're being ungrateful. Have some gratitude in that attitude. This is a grown ass woman, a 44-year-old woman that was sitting there with a dog face because I'm going to eat. And then when her daughter, so she's at the yard waiting for the food to come, and her daughter says, what did they send you? What did they send you to eat? That wasn't a thing. There was never a you when my kids were little. My kids ate first. There was no way I'm going to have somebody send me DoorDash and I'm going to eat. And if I don't want it, then I give it to my kids. What? In what universe do we do that? And her kids are minors. That's not even a thing. My sons are adults. And I make sure I cook and make sure all my sons eat. One of my sons is into keto. So he doesn't eat like rice and stuff. He's Puerto Rican. He has to fight that urge to want to eat rice. We eat rice and beans with almost everything. But he's into keto because, he's going to Colombia. He wants to move to Colombia, but he's going to Colombia next month. And he wants to be fit and he's lost a lot of weight. So he eats a different diet and I'll cook something different for him. Like that you do for your kids first, man. I don't understand her thinking. It's always about her first. I will never, ever, ever understand that. I will never understand that. I'm sorry. No. Evidently, your allow button is already on because I've been gifted to places I've never been. Girl, I know. Me too. Feel the love. I'll get memberships to places I'm not even subscribed to. But I guess maybe one time I went there or I watched it. I get an email. Hey, you want a membership? I'm like, I'm not even subscribed to that channel. And I used to think when the memberships first started, that it meant people were lurking and watching me. Like, people were being pulled out of the bushes. But now I know that that's not true. You don't even have to be watching. You don't even have to be subscribed to win a membership. You know what I mean? So it's hilarious. Yes, kids eat first all the time. I don't understand that. I don't, and I'll never understand that, especially since her kids are not adults. I don't care that they're teenagers. They are minors. They are your responsibility. I don't even know why that came out of my mouth because that shit don't mean anything to me. My kids could be 40, 50, 60. If my kids are hungry, that's not a thing. Like, we're sharing, right? We're sharing. Like, what? I'm going to eat in front of my kids. I'm going to get 4 frappes for me. Like, she does that, gets 2 at a time, both for her. Like, why? And her daughter would be there. Why wouldn't you get a drink for you and maybe a milkshake for your kid? Like, she's so selfish, and I don't talk about it as much because it angers me. It pisses me off. Like, I want to rip her to shreds verbally. Like, what are you thinking? You're getting 2 frappuccinos for you instead of getting 1 for you and maybe a milkshake for your daughter. Maybe, don't get her coffee, but you could get her a damn milkshake, you selfish ass bitch. I'm sorry. Hi, get your cray cray on. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day. Damn it. I'm never going to be able to say it the right way now. Happy Valentine's Day, beautiful. I want to know where F meds went. How is your children's meds missing if no one's in your house? That is crazy to me. That is insane to me that your child's meds are unaccounted for. And then when they gave her the lockbox, she came on like, they gave me a lockbox. Girl, that's embarrassing. You couldn't even get your own lockbox, first of all. Any responsible adult that has controlled substances should have a lockbox. Children, teenagers experiment. Hello. Do you not know how many teenagers start experimenting with prescriptions first? They don't go straight to illicit drugs. They start with prescription medications from their medicine cabinet. She's so ignorant and so ill-informed. You have teenagers there. Those narcotics should be locked up anyway. You never know. You have dogs. You have a pill bottle and a dog gets a hold of that, and God forbid the dog dies because they got into your medication. And she's so irresponsible, keeping those pill bottles all around. And a dog, all it has to do is get on a damn counter and get in contact with your medication. She's so irresponsible, so irresponsible. My mother literally kept me breathing when my husband passed. She is my world. 3 weeks ago, I got a phone call from my sister. Mom passed. Paula, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I loved my mother. I loved my mother so much too. Even everything I went through. Hi, Juju Beats. I meant to say hi to you earlier. I'm so sorry. But Paula, I understand, and I'm so sorry for your loss. I understand the pain you're going through. Trust me. And I'm sorry for your loss. I loved my mother so much. All the things I went through with my mother, I forgave my mother a long time ago. And I knew that she was sick. She was sick and suffering. And my mother's addiction was strong. You know, some of the things that happened to us when she was in her addiction, I don't understand. I'll never understand. But I had to come to terms with that and make peace with that. You know, for me to heal, I had to let it go and deal with it in the best way I could. And I don't speak about my childhood trauma in details. This is not the place for it. The internet will never be the place to talk about my trauma. That's as far as I go with that. Saying I have childhood trauma will be as far as I ever go on the internet with that. But I don't understand some of the things that happen to us. Because in my addiction, I never wanted my kids to be hungry, not one night. And when I saw myself at a place where I was even questioning feeding my kids or getting my DOC, I picked up that phone immediately and called my parents. I was living in Philly. I said, can you please come get these boys? And my father said, thank God. That's what he said. And my dad was there in 2 hours. 2 hours from New Jersey. He made it to Philly in less than 2 hours. And because it was about my sons. It wasn't about my ego. It wasn't about getting assistance or resources. That my kids are not a check to me. My kids are the best thing in my life, you know, and their safety and their well-being was more important than my ego, all right, feeling like I let somebody else win. Like I don't understand Lori. I don't understand Lori. I'll never understand Lori. And when I talk about her, I try to speak, I try to reach her, and I know she won't watch my videos, but maybe somebody that maybe dealing with similar situations may come across my videos and understand that I'm not trying to be a bitch, but I'm trying to speak from a child that went through trauma. And it's not fair to kids to do that to them. Her daughters deserve so much better. And unless something changes, they can become a statistic, because I did. I became an addict like my mother because of the trauma, because I didn't know how to deal with it. So the cycle continued, you know? I don't know. What Lori does, I cannot wrap. I can't either. I can't either. I don't understand it. And I try to understand it. I try. And I talk about these things. I try to be, because I have compassion. I have empathy for them. I do. Even for Lori, she gets on my, angered. Lisa, all of these people, but I still feel empathy for them. I can't help it. I can't help it. There's no excuse for their behaviors. There's none. Again, I was responsible for everything I did in my addiction. When I went to jail, that was my fault. I knew what I was doing. I just didn't care. I just didn't care. I'm going to sell to an undercover. I don't care. Oh, well, they come over here. Yep. I never fought a cop. I never got crazy with a cop. They came up to me and was like, okay, put your hands behind your back. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Like, I did wrong. I made mistakes. I am a felon because of that. I am a 2-time felon because of my stupid choices. And that's not a flex. That's not a flex. Going to jail because I was stupid and because I was an addict is not a flex, you know? But in 23, nothing, not a lick of trouble, no cops coming to me, nothing. Because I learned I'm telling you, when I started my recovery, I changed my behaviors. So there's no skeletons in my closet. My charges are from 23 years ago. I have no charges, and not to put anybody down that may have charges. You know what I mean? I'm a felon. I'm a 2-time felon. But I'm saying I put in the work to change my life, and it's not easy every day. Because sometimes I'm ghetto. I could get ghetto. People will try to remind me all the time. Sophie's so ghetto. Yeah. I can be. But I don't do it on purpose. I remember my mom snooping in everyone's medicine chest, thought it was normal. See? I get it. And that's what happens. And that's where a lot of it starts, in medicine cabinets, innocently. A Xanax, a kid will take a Xanax, or they'll go to a party and they'll share a Xanax with their friends. And it creeps up on you, especially if somebody in your family has an addictive personality, then you have a predisposition to be an addict. You know what I mean? And sadly, my kids are super predisposed because both of their parents were addicts. You know, so I have to keep an eye on that. And I would never shame my kid if my kid, God forbid, became an addict. I pray every day that doesn't happen, you know, and I speak to my kids. My kids are grown, but I speak to them honestly. I can gauge my kids. I know them, right? If they're acting off, you know what I mean? I pay attention. So, but I would never say, my kids would never. I can't say the high wind whispers. But I don't believe her with those meds. I fully believe she took them. She has no respect or sympathy. Oh, girl, I believe she took them too, wind whispers. 1000%. They didn't just miraculously disappear unless they went in her teleportation device with her and ended up in Andy's house. Like, you know, the caseworker teleported with, you know, Lori to his house. You know, she took those meds, and you can see the difference. Sophie was playing alive. I don't even know if Sophie's still here, but if she's here, please link your live from yesterday. It was a long one, but she showed there was when Lori was in Andy's house, living in the room where she's trying to say she's held prisoner in the room. Bitch, nobody's making you stay there. You're living there rent free. Be thankful you got a roof over your head. She wanted him to feed her and all the things. She lied and said she wasn't allowed to use the stove. No, he was tired of you eating all his food. You see the way Lori eats now. Imagine that she was eating that way in Andy's house and she didn't have to pay for any of the food. And then she said she got food samples. She had to buy food every day. Why? Why did you have to buy food every day? You're acting like Andy was going to eat your food. He wasn't. If she was doing the right thing, went and bought food for her and her daughters like a normal mother would, and who would care? If I'm living in that's like me living here with my sons, right? And I'm getting assistance, which I need some assistance. Somebody want to help me get some damn resources in the placenta? Shit. But for me and my kids, and I don't buy food because I don't, you know, let's say that, okay, let me change the story. Me and my kids are living with somebody that took us in, right? And I get resources for me and my kids, but I'm not going to buy food because I don't want that one person to eat the food. What? Who cares? Feed your damn kids. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, her arguments or her excuses for the shit makes no sense. Makes no fucking sense. The man is letting you live there, but you're okay with eating his food, but you don't want to buy food. You're going every day to the gas station to avoid buying groceries. Why? Again, because she's so self-centered. Her daughters, like, that's not even a thought in my head. Okay, I'm getting food stamps. I'm going to buy food. I'm going to fill this fridge up because my kids being able to open the fridge and get food and eat is more important than me worrying about this man maybe eating a sandwich or something. Like, and I sound crazy saying this because these are things you shouldn't even have to say. Like, what mother thinks like that? I'm not going to buy food because Andy that lets us live here, I don't want him touching the food. So my daughters are going to suffer because I'm not going to buy them food. Like, girl, no. In my opinion, In my opinion, she was changing in her food stamps, selling her food stamps, whatever. And that's just what I believe. I'm sorry, but I don't understand. My meds are in a lockbox on my dresser in my bedroom, and I do not have small children in my home. Exactly, Sophie. Because that's you have animals too, right? But it's just smart to keep it locked up, keep it safe. You know what I mean? Like you got to think about everything. God forbid somebody breaks in your house. God forbid, right? Keep your shit. I don't know. Listen, just responsible adults just think differently. Unfortunately, that's how I got started. I took my grandfather's opiates, Vicodin, see? From an unlocked drawer starting around 16 to 17 years old. It was a problem for a while, but I was very lucky. And I'm glad I walked away from it pretty easily. And that's a blessing, Hardwire. But see, you proved my point. A lot of teenagers start experimenting with substances that are available in their medicine cabinet. And it's so important that if you have an addiction past, you would know, and she's just oblivious. She's just oblivious. And I believe she's taking it. And she didn't want the lockbox because she wanted to just be able to be like, I don't know where they went. Because once she has a lockbox, the only key is in her hands. How are you explaining medication still going missing with the lockbox? Oh, I forgot to put in the lockbox that you gave me specifically for that reason, that I put 1,000 stickers on it. But oops, I forgot it was there, so I didn't use it. I left the medication out and it just, oops, disappeared again. And then she expects judges and workers and none of them to be like, what is wrong with you, Lori? She expects everybody to turn the blind eye to all this shit. Like, that's not how life works. That's not how life works. Hardest part of life goes on. I know it. Exactly. It's hard. It's hardest for us to go on without the people we love. Death affects the people left behind. It does. The people left behind have to carry that grief and deal with that grief. And it's important. I used to have bereavement lives often because it's important to grieve and realize that you may grieve for the rest of your life, and that's not abnormal to grieve for the rest of your life. No one can tell someone else how to grieve or what it should look like or what there's a time period. Like, don't tell me that I could only grieve for my mother, that because my mother passed away in 2020, I should be over it now. Like, don't ever fix your mouth to tell me that. Oh, that was 5 years ago. Like, don't, like somebody that says, oh, I lost my mother 30 years ago. Like, okay, like what? That is their parent. Like, there's no time. There's no expiration date for grief. You never get over losing a loved one. Never, ever, ever. Anyway, that shit gets me tight because some people sometimes don't say anything, right? I'm not saying anybody in this chat said it, but sometimes you don't know what to say. So you give condolences genuinely, and that's it. Don't say everything happens for a reason. What? Don't say that. God works in mysterious ways, and I believe in God. But don't say that either to somebody that's grieving. Don't say that. That's not helpful. It's not what we want to hear. I'm sorry for your loss. That's all. Thank you. So, but anyway, let me not go off on a tangent about that. I often just say, I've seen some shit. Yep. I've seen chats where it's a pissing contest, in my opinion, anyway. And sometimes that happens, right? Because there's egos and when it comes to addiction and stuff, you got to put your ego to the side. You know what I mean? You have to. And it's hard. It's hard. Trust me. Sometimes I will get upset, and that's why it got messy for me. And I started fighting with people on the internet. That's why I don't care anymore. I really don't care anymore. It's not that important to me. People that don't like me have made up their minds. So I'm not trying to convince you. Anyway, you know what I mean? You've made up your mind, and people have the right not to like me. That is a thing. People don't have to like me. And I used to always try to understand, why do people lie on me? Sometimes there's no explanation. Some people are just liars, so you have to just come to terms with that too. There's not always a why. Not everything has an explanation. Things just sometimes are, Coming back to something you said earlier about living with your kids, never let anyone give you shit. No one gets out of life alive. No one gets out of life alive, and we are all just trying to survive. Never be ashamed of anything. Exactly. And I'm right. I was married for decades. And not being with him was the hardest thing. The hardest thing. If my sons hadn't come to get me, I would still probably be there. If my husband hadn't relapsed, I would still be with him. I would. He was my best friend. I loved him. I still love him, right? I still love him. And that was the hardest thing ever. Leaving my husband was the hardest thing ever. And I'm grateful that my sons knew what I needed more than I knew what I needed. I wasn't ready to take that step. And they helped me. And I will forever be grateful. That's why people can never shame me for having sons that cared enough to say, Mom, I need to do what you're not able to do right now. I need to take that choice out of your hands. And they did, and they saved my life. And they saved their brother's life that was still a minor. And my son is thriving. My son that was a minor got lost to the gangs. I had gangs extorting us. I had gangs. It was bad in Brooklyn. And he was going to be lost to the streets. My son was going to either be in prison or worse, honestly. And he is thriving now. He works a job. He's excelling in his job, just got a promotion, goes to work every day, takes care of his mom, takes care of me, buys me expensive gifts all the time. I'm like, stop doing that. Calls me. He's the one that keeps calling me, Mom, you okay? Oh, Mom, I left my card there. Get yourself some dinner. I will never be ashamed of having kids that love me and that I love, you know. I don't accept for Lisa. She is in the I agree. Get your cray on. I get it. I get it. The things that Lisa does is unforgivable, right? How could you ever put that out into the universe that your dad passed away twice? I'm superstitious. Again, I say it all the time. People get mad. Oh, she's always talking about she's Hispanic because that's my culture. Superstitious. You don't put that kind of shit out into the universe. Like karma, that shit comes back threefold. I would never fix my mouth to be like, oh yeah, you know, this family member passed away. I need money. Like even in my addiction, there's no way. There's no way you put that on your child. They have brain cancer. Like, huh? And again, active addiction is not an excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. And again, I know she doesn't care. She doesn't care. But yeah, some things I will never understand. I will never understand doing and saying that shit. Never. I have my adult kids living here with me. People give me shit for allowing it, but times are tough, right? We help each other, and I love having them around. We all get along and stick together. Exactly. And me and my sons, we get along. There's no fighting. There's no weirdness. There's no animosity. Yo, I'm telling you, when my sons leave, before my sons leave to work, they come, they give me a kiss on the cheek. They say goodbye. When my sons come home in the middle of the night, they come and they give me a kiss on the forehead. Hi, Mom. Every day. Every day. They know how important it is that when you leave, we don't know what could happen, right? It could be the last time, and you don't want to have that regret that you didn't say I love you, or you didn't say goodbye, or whatever. That's just something that's been instilled in us since my kids were little. You say goodbye when you're leaving. You say hello when you come. You know, it's just a thing. And I'm blessed. And people are mad, and they can stay mad. They can stay mad. I taught my kids that they are addicts. I told them just don't find out what kind of addict they are. Exactly. We all can be addicted to some stuff, right? To anything. Anything you do in excess can become an addiction. Honestly, anything to excess can become an addiction. And we have to be aware of that. That's so important. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you so much. Sophie, are you going to be going live today or tomorrow? Let me know so that we could tell everybody here, because I'm about to get out of here. I've been here a long time, guys. I could talk. I can talk and talk and talk. Because these discussions are so important, you know. And again, I will link all the creators that I spoke about in the description of this live, because it's about showing support to other creators in this space, like Villain, Fraud of the Reaper, all the replay channels. They were in that space for a long time. You know what I mean? And I will always show respect to them. The creators that do it right. Raquel, I love her. Saucy Chicken, oh my God. I adore her channel. What the F? Holy shit. She is hilarious. She is hilarious. She is so funny. Her parodies, yeah, my stomach hurts from watching her parodies. Raggedy T made me cry the other day with the video she did when she became emotional. These are people that we all have flaws and stuff, but they're genuine. They're genuinely honest people, and that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me because I'm flawed AF. You know what I mean? But I don't set out to harm people. I don't do dirty shit to people. I don't go real life on people. I do not. I do not. It stays on YouTube for me. It stays on YouTube. My opinions stay on YouTube. I don't seek to hurt people's kids. I don't seek to do any of that shit. I do not and will not. God gave my siblings and I the absolute best parents. Dad passed 25 years ago. Now, mom. I bet he was there waiting for her. I bet he was. Like my mom, I say my grandma, her mom was waiting there. You know, my mom, when my grandmother died when very young. And my mom, it destroyed her. It destroyed her. And now they're reunited, and that gives me solace, you know. And then my grandfather died, and so my mom is up there with her parents, you know, and one of her brothers, she still has two brothers here. And so that gives me solace that they're together dancing to salsa music up there, listening to Mark Anthony and all of that. That gives me peace, you know, that my mom was suffering. She had so many ailments. My mom had used drugs for so long, it destroyed her body. My mom had COPD. My mom had diabetes. My mom had to have open heart surgery. Before she passed away, they had to take, you know, the bypass, took veins, which then caused problems in her legs, her circulation. My mom had almost all of her toes amputated. She had osteoporosis. Like her body couldn't take it anymore, you know, from all the damage she caused with drugs. And that's why I quit smoking a year ago, and I stopped smoking. I don't do anything. I don't do anything. My coffee is my addiction. You know, I have my makeup and my Legos. I ain't gonna lie. I'm addicted to Legos, adult Legos. Yes, I have a house right here that I just built with a tree. I'm gonna show you guys that before I leave. I love it. I love my adult Legos. I have 2 more sets I have to create. I collect Legos, flower bouquets. Let me show you guys this. This is my favorite house. This is my up house. My little balloons are trying to fall. It lights up. All of the sets I have light up. This one I created. It's the Up house, the house from Up. So it's like, oh, you can't see because the glare, but the house looks like it's floating and it has the balloons. The balloons light up. Let me see if I can light them up for you. Hold on. I have to show you guys. Oh shit. Oh shit. The whole thing came off. Hold on. I'm going to light this up for you guys and show you guys. See, but I have to glue the balloons because the balloons just keep falling off, man. And that's annoying. So I'll put them back up. Okay. There goes the balloons. Oh, shit. Hold on. I need something to pokey. To pokey. To turn the lights on. Sorry. Let me show you. Okay. Let me turn the lights on. Oh, shit. I almost knocked the house down. Hold on. And that's the only thing. It makes it so difficult to turn the lights on because you have to remove them. They're encased in glass. You see how the balloons light up? The balloons light up and it's encased in glass. Now you can see without the glare. The house is supposed to be floating. This is the house from Up. I have that. I have a bonsai tree that I got for Christmas. I have a bunch of bouquets of flowers. Sorry, I'm trying to turn off these damn lights. I have a bunch. I have a Japanese village that lights up with a koi stream. The koi stream lights up. The house that I have here, it's a log cabin. It lights up. You know, my best friend JJ got me that. So my kids know I love Legos. Legos and makeup, guys. It's my thing. So let me put my little house there. Don't fall. And that is what I get enjoyment out. Yeah, Asia, I agree. She definitely did. Oh my God, I love Star Wars too. I love Star Wars too. Yeah, I do. I love it. Yes, it is tiny. It is these. So these are miniature Legos. That's a good catch. These are miniature Legos. These are not the regular size Legos. They have miniature ones. So these are super small. I got this on Amazon and it comes with everything. This is not glass, it's like hard plastic, but you can't tell the difference, girl. And it comes with the wood, it comes with everything. And I think it was like $30 or $35. It comes with the lights too. And they have different ones. They have like a princess tower with a waterfall, and it comes, you can, looks like it's encased in glass. I just love these. So I have two that I haven't set up because where the hell am I putting it? I have all my bouquets right there by the window, my bonsai tree. Like, where the hell am I assembling all of these? I have the house down here. You know what I'll do? Oh my God, let me show. I have to show you guys, and then I'm gonna end. I've got to show you guys. I love this house so much. I hope I don't break, knock it down, because it's pretty big. Oh shit, it's pretty big. Let me plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Hold on, guys. I sang a damn plug-in song. What the hell is wrong with me? This one's pretty big. Shit. I'm telling you, when it comes to makeup and Legos, I could talk for days. For days. All right, let me show you this house. Hold on. I have to be careful because if this, I was assembling another one and I dropped it, the whole thing, and it broke. I was almost at the end. I was assembling the damn roof and the whole thing fell apart on me. So I'm trying to be careful. You see, it has a jacuzzi on the bottom that's lit up. It has a bike ramp. It has 3 stories. The inside, there's a fireplace. There's everything in the inside of the house. It lights up. This part comes out, but I'm not gonna do all of that. But this is the cabin I assembled, and I love it. It lights up and everything. So yes, Legos. Some people do diamond paintings, and I do Legos. I do Legos. Legos and makeup. That is my pastime. That is my addiction. That is my addiction. Oh my God. It wasn't that many pieces. I think, I don't know if I still have the box. I know I keep all the instructions in case it breaks apart. I keep the instructions. It was maybe like 900 pieces to 1,000 pieces. The up house wasn't that many pieces because they're miniature. So it was like maybe 800 pieces, not that many. And I'm telling you, I got it on Amazon. You don't have to get the Lego brand, right? Because when you buy the Lego brand, you're paying for the name. You know what I mean? I have a bunch of off brands that are the same thing. Just you have to know if they're miniature sized and they're not the average Lego size. You know what I mean? Because I have many spare pieces that I got from other sets and I can interchange them. So wait. Which one did Martin's mom? Oh, Martin's mommy got me these little flowers. Let me show you. Oh shit! Oh, shit. Sorry. I don't want to break my house. I don't want to break my house. Martin's mommy got me these. Let me show you. Let me show you. Yeah. Oh shit! Oh shit! When I tell you guys I have Legos galore. So this is one bouquet. It came with the vase. These roses, I assembled them and it comes with the vase. You assemble the vase with the roses. And then I have these flowers. JJ got me the wild flowers. Martin's mommy got me these cherry blossoms. 2 sets. It comes with 2 sets of these. So these are cherry blossoms. And I put them, this one and this one, the white ones. You see them? Those are the 2 cherry blossoms that my sweet queen, my Martin's mommy got me. So these are all my wild flowers and roses, and these are all Legos, guys. These is all Legos. My sunflowers. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, when I say I collect Legos, I am not exaggerating. I collect some Legos. I love them. I assemble them. I have these right on the window on my little vanity thing. So that's where I keep all that. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's pretty, right? I love it. I did puzzles and a few Legos, yes. And I've always liked Legos. Legos was something me and my sons had. My sons had amazing Legos. I had the Millennium Falcon, from Star Wars, the ship. Yeah, Han Solo's ship. I had that in Legos. I had it assembled, and my husband sold it. Alex, I'm still mad at you from that. I had that. It was beautiful. Right where I would do my lives in Brooklyn, I had a whole setup. I had lights in Brooklyn, and I had my Millennium Falcon right there, and it had Chewbacca, C3PO sitting in the pilot seats, and he got rid of that. I cried. I cried when he got rid of that, but yeah. Oh my God, so do I. I'm obsessed. Yeah, thank you. You're pretty cute. Yes. Yes. Um, yes, me too. Oh my God, me too. I want to go to New Orleans so bad. I don't know about Mardi Gras, but I do want to go to New Orleans. I really do. I want to go to the old homes, and I really do. That is my dream, to go to New Orleans. People like Las Vegas. My On my bucket list is Hawaii and New Orleans. I've always wanted to go to Australia too, because I'm infatuated with sharks and with crocodiles and stuff. So I have a few places on my bucket list. Thank you, Sophie. Yes, Sophie's live was great. You guys, oh my gosh, she has so much Laurie Jones content. You can see old, oh my God, Sophie, you posted this morning Laurie Jones makeup. Guys, I did a recreating a look of Laurie Jones's from 2022. It's on my channel, a video if you want to see it. It's just lighthearted fun. But I was like, damn, she didn't take my makeup tips. I feel some kind of way. But yeah. I didn't realize it was still live. I started over. Oh no, it's okay, Diane. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys, because I've been here a long time. Hi, Jilly from Philly. So nice to see you. So nice to see you. You're new. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you stick around. I hope you like it. Listen, Florida AF, don't pretend to be a supermodel, because people like to, I don't know, act like I think I am. No, I know I have two chins, all that good. That's why I contour to try to hide it, right? My eyebrows, I always have the rock situation going on. One of my eyebrows is higher than the other. I'm very aware of my flaws, So people can't make fun of me more than I make fun of myself. So anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Yes, okay, so Sophie will be live tomorrow, guys. I will be over there with bells on. Love my Sophie. That's my friend. That's my girl. Nikki's my friend too. I'm gonna be putting all these people's channels in the description. We show the love over here. These are my friends. Nikki has been my friend for a long time too. We come back from the anti-KJ community. So I appreciate all you guys being here. Again, Sophie will be live. I'm not sure when me and Sophie will be live on her channel, but hopefully very, very soon, to cover the Victoria, the Victoria stuff. We wanted to talk about that and together. But I thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. It means a lot. I can't promise perfection. I can only promise that I'll be me. I'll be me, flawed AF. And that's all I can promise. But I appreciate you guys. Oh my God, Nikki. Harry Potter. Yes, my niece got some new Harry Potter Legos. My parents are like, get your ass over here so you can help her assemble them. I'm on my way. I need to go there. Thank you, my Teresa. Been in and out. My son got home from school and we were doing Valentine's. Aw, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Valentine's. However that looks to you. My sis texted me. She said, booty call tonight. I ain't mad at you, girl. I ain't mad at you. Get your groove on. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Valentine's Day. And however you celebrate it, it's about love, right? It's about love. That's all it is. I do too, Nikki. I love you, my girl. So thank you all for being here. I aprecias you. Como siempre, te aprecias. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to play my silly outro. My songs are my son. My son makes my music. These are his original songs, my intro and my outro. I'm working on a new intro video, guys. Just bear with me. I suck at technology. I'm working on a new intro video. But so this is my son's silly song he made on his way home on the bus for his mama. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Y como siempre, te quiero mucho, mi amores. And I will see you tomorrow in Sophie's.
Sydney just left the restaurant. Sydney just left the restaurant. Oh baby, Sydney just left the restaurant. Sydney just left the restaurant. Oh baby. Ooh. Sydney, why you had to up and go? You left us here with Joe. But why Joe? Are you mad at me? Cause that one time I ain't pour you water. I was busy on my phone. Oh, I get it, we ain't good enough for you. I saw a mouse at the job and I warned you. I thought that that would be enough to deserve your time, but clearly that ain't real enough for you. You told me that I look like Harry Potter. I said back that I kiss your mama. Not really, but I wish that I did. Now I'm thinking about it, I should've threw that line on ya. You lucky I'm not fond of drama, or else I would've went to Dennis and told him when you saw him first time that he looked like a llama. Man, Sydney, man, you know it's not gonna be the same without you, man. It's not gonna be the same at the restaurant. It's not gonna be the same at the restaurant. I told you I'll make it soft for you, but I didn't know it was gonna be this. This is a goodbye song. This is just a goodbye song. This is just a goodbye song. This is just a